Two cousins are posing for a photo. The duo was a trio in happier times. The boy on the right's brother tragically passed away in a motorbike accident a year prior. When the photo was taken, neither could explain the odd presence there with them at the time. When the photo was later developed, however, they were shocked at the image of the third person in the middle. The figure in the middle looked eerily similar to their deceased family member. Could it have been the brother's ghost coming back for one last group photo from beyond the grave? The family would often hear soft footsteps and muffled laughter throughout the house at night, but could never explain it. They set up a motion camera and caught this image. They claim it's a ghost of a child haunting them. A group photo of some friends, but who or what is that grotesque figure in the background? They were using the reflection in the glass to snap a quick photo. The scary part comes when we see the extra person just over her shoulder. A human neck isn't designed to contort like that. Very unsettling. At the river, the group posed for a selfie, but no one seems to have noticed the ghost woman standing out in the middle of the water. Many think this is the capture of a young girl who ended her life at this park. The ghostly image was captured in multiple photos. She doesn't seem to be aware of the disembodied person standing behind her. No one noticed that there was a creepy woman with long hair and wearing a white dress sitting on the roof in the background. The man in the elevator doesn't feel the ghoulish person pressed up against him, but it was caught on camera.
We have an image of a man posing for his photo to be taken before heading out to spend time with friends. At the time the picture was taken, they claimed that no one was around. Yet, we can clearly see the blurry shapes of what appear to be multiple people in the background. While we can't say that the image is conclusively paranormal, or the person taking the picture somehow didn't realize there were people around, the poster believes the capture to be paranormal. During a Christmas party, this chilling snapshot was unknowingly captured at the house of one of her husband's co-workers. The poster of this image took this photo during the night's excitement. She went on to say at the time, when she took the photo, she had a quick glimpse of something being there. Later checking the pictures, however, she is sure that it wasn't any of the party guests there at the time, insisting that no one there looked like that. The ghostly image of a woman with brown braided hair.
Rescue workers are trying to save a person in distress in the water, but nobody notices the unsettling creepy figure near the bank of the river. It looks like a woman with dark hair, but something seems off. She seems unconcerned with anything going on around her. Due to her appearance and unnaturally pale skin, many think that it was a river spirit caught on camera. The face hidden between these women is nightmare-inducing when you see it. A misty apparition of what looks like a person down on all fours. The woman in red. The poster claims this road is haunted, and this is proof. The woman in red only appears at midnight. Many say there was an ominous spirit in the water. She claims something pulled her down into the water. Ghostly woman in white climbing the rocks behind him. Do you see it? At the cafeteria, there is no chair there, but the strange figure seems to be sitting and looks out of place. Look over his head. There is a face in the window.
This image was shot with specialist equipment. Shows a shadowy figure appearing from thin air. The mysterious silhouette slowly becomes visible in the pictures, but was not viewable from the outside of the camera lens. The shots were taken by paranormal investigators at the Haunted Pub, which has existed since the 16th century and has become famous for numerous ghost sightings.
Sometimes, people capture strange and creepy things in photos that can't be explained. In this video, we're going to look at more examples of just that. Hello everyone, and welcome to the video. Join me as your narrator on this journey into the terrifying unknown. In our first image, we have a man who said that he was attempting to capture the paranormal at a cemetery at night. It was raining and he had already snapped many random pictures, but nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Then he snapped this. There is the unmistakable human-shaped form in the middle of the frame. He was alone at the time. The next couple of images were submitted by a viewer of the channel, who says they were of his great-grandfather who served in the First World War. He says that the pictures always creeped him out, especially when you learn the disturbing backstory behind them. In the first picture, he says you see his relatives standing off in the background, with 2 other soldiers in front. There is no explaining their distorted and uncanny facial features. It's true that photography technology was primitive at that time, but this doesn't quite solve the mystery. The person in the middle would be dead less than 12 hours later. In the next capture, we can see something similar. The man on the left, his eyes are completely black. He also was deceased mere hours later. A very creepy coincidence. Posted online with the caption, "My son passed away a couple years ago. Yet every night I feel as if he's moving around the house. I think I caught a photo of his ghost. I'm not scared or anything, but it's comforting." We can't independently verify this post, but the photo speaks for itself. What do you think? Is it genuine? In this photo, a woman is seen jumping into the air. The image was posted to Reddit with the question, "Can you explain how this picture ended up in my phone?" This next picture was sent to us by a person who claims that he and his friends were chased through a graveyard on Halloween night by something, possibly undead. In the photo, we see a man running forward, towards the person snapping the picture. He says that the group went to a nearby graveyard on Halloween night to drink and loosen up. That was when they started hearing laughter nearby. They say a large man wearing a formal suit appeared and started acting strange towards them. He was growling and making hissing noises. They all ran away, not wanting a confrontation with the man they described as a weirdo. The shocking part was that he gave chase. One of them managed to take this snapshot. The poster of the image stated, "My husband passed away this morning. Then I found this on my phone." It's him, but I don't remember taking the picture. Why is he running in the house? And why is the picture so distorted?
Mental patients left to their own thoughts as we see one man sitting in a chair looking at the TV. The other is face first fixated by the wall that he's standing against, almost as if he's transcended the limits of his physical body and is roaming the outer consciousness of his own mind. A group of children playing around what looks to be a shrine or a burial mound in Japan. The unsettling masks and the general eerie feeling of the location doesn't add to this being any less creepy either. A family photo that is creepier than anything else. The daughter on the left somehow takes a spotlight. That ear-to-ear grin and an unsettling expression on her face is that she knows something we clearly don't. A man in the process of training his monkey in the ways of the dark arts. Think he knows that sidekick doesn't seem to be in the land of the living anymore? This group of individuals are trying to summon things from the land of the beyond. Little do they know, things from the other side may be closer than they think.
Some guests on a ghost tour were witnesses to something truly bizarre. That should be expected, due to the nature of the location, right? In the picture taken, we see a man standing next to a mirror, but there is a strange figure there in addition. The figure is blurred out, but is clearly someone who wasn't physically there at the time. Look at the gap in the curtains. Do you see it? There is a blood-chilling figure standing there looking inside. Some say it looks like the corpse bride. Do you agree? At the top of the stairs is a woman dressed in black and appears to be very out of place when compared to the rest of the shot. Some have said that she could be a ghostly headmistress returning from beyond the grave. The woman in the background seems to stand out when compared to everything around her. She is wearing old-era clothing, and for some reason, doesn't fit in with everything else.
This is a picture of me taken in December 1981. No doubt the apparent ghost was caused by the light, but the shape of the image and the way it appears to have its arms around me in a protective way is still a bit spooky. The image is widely shared online as the ghost hug photo. A photo taken in Boscastle, Cornwall around April 2003 shows a mother and her daughter sitting as they captured the white figure to the left of them. They insist that it was not there when they collapsed onto the rocks. They are still troubled and confused by the image since the photo was developed in the same year. In May 2008, this picture of a family house was snapped with a digital camera. It was in the afternoon and there was no intention to catch anything else in the image besides the front face of the home. Upon looking at the picture on a computer later on, they noticed on the image what appears to be a child looking out the window. Astonished by what they saw, they stated that they have lived in the house for about 15 years. They described having experienced strange activities in the house as well as the former owner. A paranormal research team was asked to come and do an investigation, where they did pick up an EVP and send the photograph to Kodak Lab. Kodak Lab eventually got back to them and told them that the photo was genuine and untouched. Number 7. A baffling picture taken of what looks like a gremlin or some other kind of creature wrapped in hair. The picture was taken by a girl at her uncle's house when she was combing her hair in the mirror. She said, "I saw this creature appear on the phone, then I quickly took the shot, and it has haunted me ever since. I don't know what I'm expecting from you, but I have always wanted someone of expertise to take a look."
Taken on a school bus with the regular old cell phone, these girls were all later horrified to find something showed up between them in the background. The Queen Mary is one of the most haunted ships known anywhere. This photo was taken by a 78-year-old tourist who was simply snapping a photo of the vestibule. What he ended up with would become the best ghostly image ever caught on the QM. A woman was going through some very old photos of family when she found this image. It's of her relatives posing with their child. Only in place of the child appears a massive profile of an adult male's face. What do you make of this? Taken back in 1985 at a rumored to be part of the Underground Railroad in years past, family members of the original poster of the image has many stories to tell of disembodied voices being heard through the walls, seeing apparitions walk by out of the corner of your eye. A hunter in Russia captured this picture of what he claimed was a weird humanoid creature that disappeared in a flash of light shortly after. From any angle, the silhouette almost seems contorted and malformed. A friend of a friend was a patient staying at a hospital in Bangkok, Thailand. They took this photo and there was no one else on the balcony, but yet the person did not see anything except there was something strange in the photo, a ghostly face looking from the outside. Not sure how you might react to seeing something like this. Some people can find interesting places to have a good night's sleep. It's another thing if you consider the steps of a mausoleum to be such a place. Real or fake? Shared as "unknown creature was spotted in my garden. Took a few photos but have never seen anything like this before in my life." Photo taken back in 1993. No additional details given, but the bizarre nature of the snapshot is clearly evident. It appears to be a family scene. Everyone gathered around a table to celebrate a birthday or some sort of special occasion. posted with the caption, "Went to the Winchester Manor to celebrate my birthday and seemed to caught something. Do you see it?" The biggest concern here being who or what that was. How convinced are you that Bigfoot might be real? Captured in the Olympic National Forest, a large bipedal creature looms in the distance. They say that the eyes are the windows to the soul. This creepy family photo has a vintage that dates back to the 1800s. No further details are known. An image that is strange to say the least and chillingly bizarre to the core at most. Is this a demon? In the spirit of Halloween, all dressed in spooky attire, the part that still cannot be explained is the ghoulish figure lurking in the background. Real or fake? Decide for yourself.
Berlin, Germany at Christmas 2004. The poster stated that the picture was taken at a place called Checkpoint Charlie. It was the only road point between West and East Berlin. The man to the far left in the picture asked his wife to snap a photo, and when she did, there was nothing out of the ordinary until later. When they saw the photo, they were surprised by the appearance of the man in the background. The picture was taken with a digital camera at the time, and they insist that on the LCD they saw no one standing behind them. Sometimes we capture things we can't explain. The poster of this image said, "I went to Hampton Court Palace for my birthday a few years ago with my wife, and whilst walking around, we of course used our mobiles to capture some pictures. I took 2 pictures in succession. The first picture showed nothing when I looked at it, and the second picture I could see something that I couldn't explain or make sense of. I put the picture on the PC to see it on a bigger screen, and I was surprised to find that the image had a man in Tudor Elizabeth garb. There were people dressed up that day, only one male though, who was dressed as Henry VIII, and the anomaly does not look like that person." Number 4. The nurse of St. Crispin's Psychiatric Hospital at the time of the capture, the building had been heavily vandalized and was recently partially burnt. Most of the upper floor floorboard had either been burnt or removed to deter vandals, so the chances of someone living being up there is next to none. Without confirming if this is paranormal or not, considering the building's age and history, this image, when zoomed in, looks remarkably like a Victorian lady with a ruffed shawl over her shoulder. Next to her, less clear, could be another figure, but I cannot make it out. This was a 3rd floor room with no floor. Number 3. This photo was taken in Huntington Beach on the 4th of July. This photo is more zoomed in than the original one. There were also more photos taken from different angles around this area, with none of them featuring this white, robed-looking figure in the background. It is very odd and hard to explain. While aboard the Queen Mary, a few years back, a passenger took this picture of what he thought was an ordinary hallway of the ship, but thought it would make for an interesting memory to keep. When he got home, however, he printed out the picture, but he was not expecting to find what looks like a ghostly human-shaped shadow walking down the hall. This photo was taken in the attic at the original poster's workplace, a restaurant which used to be a house and a theater. There are quite a few strange encounters by the staff with ghosts in the last 10 years, with this capture being the most compelling one they have ever made. In it we can clearly see a shadow figure hovering in the middle of the frame. They truly believe this is proof that the location is haunted. That brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video. If you're new here, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.